Here, you know, Helene's victims are growing desperate for help, and there is one family I want to introduce you today. Is done seeing their neighbors suffer. They're called the Kirkpatricks. They're stepping up to bring essential supplies to the front lines. But even before FEMA can get there, they're trying to make this happen. With us now, Reid Kirkpatrick from Black Mountain, North Carolina, now back in Virginia, made a trip there and is here to talk about it. Reid, good morning to you, and thanks for your time. You spent summers in Black Mountain, which you told us is just east of Asheville. You got there before FEMA. How'd you do it? What did you bring?
Well, we were in a pretty unique position. To begin with, we have a house there in Black Mountain. And so when we heard that the house had been hit by the storm and that a tree had fallen on it, then the plan had been to go check on the house. But as we were getting information of all the devastation and getting pictures in real time, we knew that it wasn't going to be enough to just send a pickup truck up. We were going to have to do more than that. And so we reached out to our local church and to Williamsburg Presbyterian Church and Foundations Church and here in Williamsburg. And we put together a U-Haul, and we said it just was a calling. We knew it had to be done. It was something that we felt. And so within 4 or 5 hours, those two churches were able to fill a U-Haul. I heard from some friends that they were able to get out, and they told me which route they took. And so I just got in the U-Haul at midnight and started driving Sunday night, and then arrived early Monday morning, and then got to Black Mountain Pres, where we had been members while we were there. And they had set up within the fellowship hall and the sanctuary a distribution point. And so they were able to offload the supplies, and it was needed. And they took it, and they were grateful. And it was an incredible moment.
You're bringing smiles to our faces because these are the stories that emerge that give us hope, right? These tight-knit communities that come together and help each other and support each other.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and you're part of that. And I know that part of your concern is keeping the attention on these communities because you can only do so much on your own. You do need help. What is your priority right now?
So as far as what I can see is that there's been a little bit of mixed reporting. And so the outpouring of support has been just overwhelming, and in such a good way. And the community is extremely grateful. And Black Mountain is now in a position with an abundance of supplies to where they can start focusing their attention on the other communities that are around them. And so for the last 2 days, they've been trying to get the supplies out to Swannanoa and over to Chimney Rock or wherever else they can get the supplies to. But they also know that here shortly, this is going to be, the world may move on into the next crisis, and that those warehouses that they're starting to fill with supplies and that they've seen fill up with supplies are going to start to eventually dwindle down. And we all know that winter is coming and that it's going to be a long recovery process. Yeah. And so what they're asking is that put it on your calendar. And for October the 20th or 30th or for November the 5th, because 3 weeks from now, 6 weeks from now, they're going to still need aid and they're still going to need support. And Southern Appalachia has always traditionally been a place of need, and it's been a place of poverty. So your supplies, if you can donate them, they're going to go a long way through the recovery process, which is going to take a long time.
I was reading where you did some work in Iraq as well. Reid, can you tell us, based on what you saw, how bad is it?
You know, it's interesting because people will say this town was wiped out or this town's gone. And if you look at pictures of Lake Lure and Chimney Rock, you may say that. But what I can tell you is that the people are still there and they form the community. And while roads are washed out, while there are trees on houses, what I saw were friends that were banding together in their ATVs with chainsaws and tractors, and they were setting up a whole system in which they could respond to people that were in need the most and clear roads so that the power companies could come in. While I was there over those 72 hours trying to fix up our house and fix up our road, you could see helicopters flying overhead. You saw people coming in from all over the country lending support. So it is bad. The pictures are real. The devastation is real. But I also want to emphasize that the communities that are there are banding together and they're serving each other and they're helping each other. Okay. And I think that's fantastic.
Reid, well done. You're a good man. Thanks for sharing your story. There's a lot more people out there like you, and thank you for being there.
Our best to you.
Reid Kirkpatrick,
Thank
thanks.
you,
Back in
Travis.
Virginia.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.